We are 5 minutes past the top of the hour.
No, and let me just say, next time we're told there's going to be a news feed replacing us, we will be in our chairs.
We'll be sitting here.
Yeah, and the news feed will be us, or they can get somebody else to host the show.
A very salty Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski, essentially reacting to the fact that NBC News executives pulled them off the air on Monday following the assassination attempt on Donald Trump, because it appears that they were worried that the two hosts of Morning Joe might say something that could get the network in trouble. They might say something insensitive. Obviously, they have deep, deep disdain for Donald Trump. And so the executives just didn't trust to carry them on air, which is a damning indictment, no?
Yeah, of course, no question. And then they had this a BS excuse of, oh no, we're just rolling with our live coverage, right? But they said the live coverage would go all day. It didn't. It stopped right after Morning Joe.
So Joe Scarborough actually addresses that, talks about what they heard, what they were being told behind the scenes, and what actually ended up happening. Let's watch.
We were told in no uncertain terms on Sunday evening that there was going to be one news feed across all NBC News channels yesterday. The Today Show would be Lester Holt, other people that you worked with on Sunday, and that was going to be one news feed across all NBC News channels, that we were going to stay as a network in breaking news mode throughout all day yesterday. That did not happen. We don't know why that didn't happen. Our team was not given a good answer as to why that didn't happen, but it didn't happen. We were also told it was going to happen throughout the day. And I guess after there was such a strong blowback about yesterday morning, I guess they changed their plans. And so those plans changed as well.
So, the very first clip we showed you, I mean, it was Joe Scarborough essentially issuing a threat. You do that again, we're not going to come back. We're going to resign. And look, to be fair, I would be furious if that happened to me. I would. Like, if you pulled me off the air and you gave me some BS excuse for doing it, and then I find out that you actually pulled me off the air because you can't trust me to conduct myself appropriately, I'd be upset.
Yeah. Why do you think we had John on in the first day? Now, so look, first of all, that was one bitter cup of Joe.
Yep.
Okay, but I get it. I'm with Anna. Like, when your own network says we don't trust you to not be unhinged, ouch, that hurts.
But also, if you don't trust them and you think they're unhinged, like, who are you hiring to host shows? Thanks for watching. Our audience has helped build TYT into the media giant it is today. Together, we can accomplish anything. Support our work and join us at tyt.com/team.
Okay, so now the second reason why you don't often hear me saying Joe Scarborough's right? Second reason that it was intended as a, not as a slight against them, but concern about them, that they're not going to say the right things on air and that's going to get MSNBC in trouble, is because executives leaked to CNN that they were concerned that it was Morning Joe and his team that they were worried about. So they were not unclear about it. And I worked at MSNBC. And I know management leaks when it's convenient.
So gross.
And so they will leak against their own hosts. And so that's what they did in leaking to CNN. So that's why Scarborough is doubly mad. And I get it. I if I was him, I would be too. So then he's gonna get in a back on a roll of how Joe Biden is great. And then he's gonna take it out a little bit on Lester Holt too. Because then he criticizes Lester Holt for the interview that he did with Biden, that he thought he was too tough on Biden. I didn't think that at all. But that's part of Scarborough and that team being, if you don't want to say unhinged, certainly biased, massively biased in favor of Joe Biden. I don't think that would have affected how they covered the Trump assassination. So I actually disagree with MSNBC's decision, because even I, who disagrees with them so much, don't think that they're unhinged and would have been like, it's a good thing that happened. No, they wouldn't have done that. It's panic from MSNBC executives for no reason.
100%, I totally agree with that. I don't think that, look, I think Mika and Joe their bias shows on the whole Biden debate in particular, and it's because of their personal relationship with Joe Biden, which if you're going to be a trusted source of news for people, your personal relationship shouldn't get in the way of getting people accurate information. And Joe Biden is incredibly vulnerable in this race, as we've talked about over and over again. So if they actually cared about the future of the Democratic Party and the likelihood of winning the general election, they, again, should not allow their personal relationship with Joe Biden to get in the way, and they've allowed that to happen. But do I think that they're the kind of people who would literally go on air and make light of an assassination attempt? I do not think that.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair to them, they're professionals. They've been doing this a long time, right?
Yeah.
And number two, the establishment has 1,000 problems, but being uncivil isn't one of them. So it's needless panic, and that's what a lot of corporate executives do, because they're mainly worried about protecting their own ass. And so that's why they made a mess of it, in my opinion.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.